I'd like to welcome everybody to this historic panel that we have here tonight on social justice and race in the Silicon Valley area. It is my distinguished pleasure to be the co-host with Professor Allison Hobbs from Stanford. I want you to really understand that tonight is truly historic. We have the mayors from East Palo Alto, and Menlo Park with us. We have a new generation of leaders in the building that have done some amazing social justice work in this area, and we're excited to hear them. Along with that, we have some sage voices that have had their hand to the plow, working the social justice for a long time. And we have some dedicated public servants and two of the police chiefs, both from East Palo Alto and Palo Alto, that have been progressive in moving forward.
It's impossible to be unarmed when my Blackness is the weapon they fear. My sons, and people that look like me are being judged because of the color of our skin. And until we can mitigate that thought process, until we can make people realize that we are not a threat, we're going to have from here on.
I'd love to kind of probe a little bit more on systemic racism, because I think that there are perhaps people who may feel that systemic racism is a thing of the past, that systemic racism was solved during the 1960s with the legislation was when legislation was passed. And so I'd love to hear some of the panelists just talk a little bit about how you would explain the kind of ongoing problem of systemic racism.
In my mind, systemic racism is white supremacy. I mean, if I be very blunt about it, it is white supremacy. When people say, you know, where I work or where I apply my trade, there's no racism, they're either in denial or they are, and this is a symptom of COVID, and it's a symptom of systemic racism, then they're asymptomatic, meaning you have it, but you don't know you have it.
I'm going to be an incoming senior at Milpitas High School. And throughout growing up from, going from private school to public school, from elementary school to high school, I've, being taught in our textbooks, being written from the white perspective, it has always been demeaning of, the Black culture. And even teachers, because I feel like educators also need to be retaught things as well. I think that the perspective and people's outlooks on African Americans would be extremely different. And I feel like a lot of problems would be solved if we were taught these things in school at a young age.
I believe my goal is to tear down the system that was never designed to include me or my community. As an elected official, we have a lot more power than people think we do. Because we are the ones that pass the policy in our cities. And so if we're not changing it, we're definitely a part of the problem. This is a historical problem. It didn't just start yesterday. It didn't start in June. It started a long time ago because the system that we are trying to work within, again, was never designed for us.
The question is coming from an audience member, and it's a really excellent question about the problem of systemic racism among liberal whites. It does make me think about a recent op-ed that said that the title was something like, "When Black people feel pain or when Black people experience tragedies, white people join book clubs."
I say to people, when it's, talk to us about racism, I don't do that anymore, because as I said, racism is white supremacy. And for me, that means, Black people, we are not the problem. White people are the problem. So white people should be talking to white people about the problem.
Is Pam queued up?
Yes, I'm queued up and ready to go.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, thank you.
Can you ask the question, please?
Yes, I'm into an immediate solution to dealing with police is to the immediate establishment of citizens oversight commissions. And I'm very clear they should be a commission and not a committee, because otherwise you have no transparency.
Police departments have become the default public service agency that when a city or a county or even a state doesn't know how to have a problem be handled, they put it on the shoulders of the police. So we're doing a lot of things that we didn't used to do. And now we are the first responders on people in mental health crisis. And should we be those people? Defunding could be a possibility if there's a realistic plan on what you're going to take off of our shoulders and put on someone else's shoulders.
And I really want to thank the audience for so many fantastic questions. I'm so sorry that we didn't have time to get to more of them, but I'm sure that we will in part 2. And it's been such a pleasure and an honor to listen and learn from each of you. So thank you all so very much.
Have a good night. Have a good night. Thank you for stretching yourselves a little bit. And we look forward to seeing everybody in part 2.
Remember to stand up for what is right, even if you're standing alone.